The question is, consider the following short run cost function. C of q is equal to 10q cube minus 80q square plus 300q plus 50, where q denotes the output. At the minimum average variable cost, the value of marginal cost is we need to find out. Okay, so graphically what we are being told to find out, let us say this is the simplest graph. Here we have output on the horizontal axis, average variable cost and marginal cost on vertical axis. Let us draw the average variable cost function like this. Let us say this is average variable cost. Okay, we are being told to find the minimum average variable cost. Okay, average variable cost will be minimum where the slope of the average variable cost is 0. Let us say this is the point where the slope will be equal to 0. Corresponding to this point, we need to find out the marginal cost. Okay, so let us draw the marginal cost. Karo here marginal cost. Okay, that means the value of marginal cost at the minimum of average variable cost. Okay, let us see what we are being given. We are being given the cost function is C is equal to 10q cube minus 80q square plus 300q plus 50. This is our total cost function. Let us see what is here the variable cost and fixed cost. The terms where q is involved is our variable cost, that very cost which changes with the change in output level, and this constant which is 50 here, it will be fixed cost. Okay, this $50 of fixed cost has to be incurred by the firm whether production is 0, 10 or 100. This is a fixed cost. It does not depend upon the level of output. Okay, since no q is involved in this 50, so our average variable cost will be equal to variable cost divided by output. Okay, variable cost is this function, that is 10q cube minus 80q square plus 300q. To this we divide by q, so this will become, so our AVC will be equal to, so 10q cube divided by q, it comes out to be 10q square minus, here 1q will get cancelled, we will be left with 80q plus 300. This is our average variable cost. But we need to find out the minimum of average variable cost. Okay, minimum of AVC. What exactly is meant by this? That means the minimum point will be there where the slope is equal to 0. When slope is equal to 0 here, okay, that means the derivative, we take the derivative of average variable cost with respect to output and set it equal to 0. Okay, so that means DAVC divided by DQ. So this denotes the slope of average variable cost, and when we set it equal to 0, so the point where the slope is equal to 0 of average variable cost will give us the minimum point. Okay, which implies, so taking derivative of this function with respect to output, derivative of q square is 2q, so we will get 20 q minus derivative of q is 1 here, so we will be left with 80. Derivative of a constant is obviously 0, so we set it equal to 0. This denotes the derivative of average variable cost with respect to output, and we set it equal to 0 to get the minimum point of AVC. So this means 20 q is equal to 80, which implies q will be equal to 80 divided by 20 is equal to 4. So we got 4 units of output where average variable cost is minimum. Okay, now we need to find out the marginal cost corresponding to this very level of output. What is marginal cost? Simply the derivative of cost function with respect to output. Okay, which implies, so this is our total cost function, its derivative of q cube will be equal to 3q square, so 3 into 10 is 30 30 q square minus derivative of q square is 2q, so 2 8s are 16, 160 q. Derivative of q in 300 q is 1, so we will be left with 300. And derivative of a constant is obviously 0. This is our marginal cost. Now we need to find out the marginal cost at q is equal to 4. So let us plug the value of q is equal to 4 in this marginal cost function. That is, we have 30 into 4 square minus 160 into 4 plus 300. So this is 30 into 16 minus 4 zeros are 0, 4 6 are 24, 4 1s are 4, 5 6 plus 300. So this becomes, we have 0, 3 6 are 18, 3 1s are 3, ताकि 4, 400 minus, sorry, 480 minus 640 plus 300. This comes out to be, so 780 minus 640. So this comes out to be 0 0 8 4 4 7 1. That means the marginal cost where average variable cost is minimum is equal to 140. Okay.